Hi guys, you're on the M2012K11AG YouTube channel, and today we will disassemble Xiaomi POCO F3 or just POCO F3. The assembly has the second difficulty or medium on our scale and will be disassembled by detaching the back cover. This smartphone unfortunately was disassembled before us and the back cover is not holding much, but I will show you the detaching process anyway. I also wanted to tell you that we will detach the battery, but we will not unglue the display. We were asked not to do that. To work, we will use this plastic film. You will need isopropyl alcohol, tweezers, plastic tool, card tray removal tool, Phillips H3O screwdriver, brand Yasin we have. So, let's get started. The first thing we need to do is to remove the card tray. We insert the tool into the hole. The mechanism pushes the tray out. This tray for 2 SIM cards. Now we need to heat the surface of the back cover to approximately 70 Celsius degree or 158 degree Fahrenheit. To do this, we take a heating mat, we turn it on, wait until it heats up, put it down for 5 or 7 minutes. In our case, it's not necessary because the cover is barely holding, but you do want to heat the surface of the back cover. By the way, we have a heating mat made in China and a little bit cheetahs with a temperature. Slightly increases the temperature. So we put a little less in approximately of 60 degrees Celsius or 140 degrees Fahrenheit, not to damage the cover. We take the plastic film. In our case, it is the film from the new display. We have enough of these things. We put it in the hole between the back cover and the display frame. It is the far corner from the cameras. And begin to carefully pass the film. In the area of the cameras, the cover can hold stronger. In our case, the cover doesn't hold at all. The smartphone was obviously repaired. In your case, removing the cover will take time. Pay attention to the interboard cable under the cover. Don't damage it when disassembling. On the back cover we have a gasket and take the cover away. Moving on to unscrewing the screws. We need to unscrew the screws, detach the cover and disconnect the battery connector. We can see that the warranty stickers on the screws are broken. The screws have different colors and probably have different sizes. Now we unscrew the screws in the order and we better remember the location of the screws. The approach can be different, the main thing is that the result will be the same. When we assemble the phone back and, for example, didn't pierce the motherboard with a long screw. I lay out the screws in a magnetic dish. It looks like this. I have already unscrewed several screws and I see that they are different in size. I don't know whether the manufacturer intended so or not. In your case, the screws may be different. I don't know if they are original or not. This is the first time I have disassembled this model. And we forgot to unscrew one screw and the cameras. Unscrew it. I want to say something else. In this place there is a microphone. You can see the hole. Open the cover. It's not convenient with this tool, but until I disconnected the battery connector, I won't use tweezers or any metal tools. Okay, and I feel something is holding the cover. Look at the cable in there. It is the cable that goes to the flashlight. Look at how the battery connector is hidden. Disconnect the connector and disconnect the cable connector for the flashlight and most likely the microphone. So, look what we have here. The cable to the flashlight, the antenna tracks and pads, and here is the microphone. To understand this, I will hook it up and show you. The microphone is slightly glued. Let's remove the cover and move on to unscrewing the screws on the bottom. The screws may also be different. Place them on some surface so as not to confuse anything when assembling. There are also no warranty stickers here. Don't know what was repaired here. Okay, who asked about gloves? In gloves we are not very comfortable to work, but the gloves are anti-static. But in reality we work with these things you probably saw on other channels or workshops. It is anti-static band. The function is the same but more comfortable to work with. But for the video we use these gloves. We detach the assembly with a speaker and antenna tracks. And pay attention, here we have a coaxial cable in the cover and it is built in. We disconnect the connector of the motherboard and remove it. Here we have the assembly with the speaker and the coaxial cable. Disconnect the connectors of the interboard cable and remove it. By the way, the direction to the boards is indicated on the interboard cable. Disconnect the connector of the coaxial cable. We might disconnect the connector of the subscreen cable to the SIM card's holder. We can detach the subboard, it's slightly glued and it is best to use tweezers. On the board we have the charging port, the microphone. How do we know it's a microphone? It has a hole on the other side. Here the microphone is protected by a shield on top and the microphone hole goes perpendicular to the hole in the frame of the display model. There is also a net that protects the microphone from liquid and dust. The microphone is protected as much as possible. And on the subboard, by the way, the spring contacts for the speaker and the fingerprint sensor. Moving on to disconnect the connectors at the top. We can also use a plastic tool, disconnect the display model cable connector, the side buttons cable connector, the coaxial cable connector. Typical assembly. And we disconnect the connectors and remove the cameras. The copper film on the cameras is kind of passive heat-sink system. We detach the printed circuit board. It is actually supposed to hold firmly because the thermal paste holds the board from the inside, but not in our case. Nevertheless, we can see the thermal paste and the copper film on the board. We also have the speaker here. Two screws, let's try to unscrew them. Well, let's try to detach the speaker. It is glued on the edge and the pads for the contacts are glued too. We do everything carefully. We carefully remove it, without damage anything, and the adhesive layer is still attached. Now we detach the battery. Unwrap the protective film. On the battery is traditional for Xiaomi specifies how to remove the battery. Under the battery, protective film that protects the cables. Okay, so we read it. It says to pull A, but it says also to peel off the A and B tags. Let's try it. We can help a little with a tool. The main thing is that you have to use enough force so you don't damage anything with this tool. The battery is firmly glued.
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Fuck me, I'm looking in the mirror, so foggy, but I've never seen clearer. I don't really think anyone can save me, and honestly I'm not really sure I want saving. I like to be my own worst enemy. There's no risk if you don't try at anything, so I'ma just keep buying everything. See you in the next life, hope to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight, gotta flip it and grip it and
Okay, and we did it. We removed the battery.
Change my mindset, meditate. It's pretty cool that I'm alive and have better days. I could walk, see, hear, I should celebrate. Think I could change my mind, maybe elevate. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. I'm kinda stuck between a rock and a hard place.
What we have here: front camera glued in, coaxial cable, side buttons cable, display cable, cards connector, fingerprint sensor, underscreen cable. Okay, that's all. Thank you for watching. Don't forget about our website. There is already this disassembly and text version with the pictures. Ask questions and see you around.
Not okay. All I want
Okay guys, now we're done. Thank you for watching. If you like what we do, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel or read our articles on our website. Take care of yourself and until next video.
All I need are some better days, 'cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days.